Annabelle, tell me a little, tie your history and Social Security with pictures that we see there when you first went to work at Social Security.
Well, when I was 17 years old, I started working for the Social Security Administration. I started to work in the Candler Building, located in downtown Baltimore. This was a 9-story building, and we didn't have too many modern conveniences there. But sometimes the wind would blow the papers, the wind would blow in the windows and blow the papers all over. In fact, a couple times we had punch cards laying on Pratt Street and Marketplace. But it was a nice place to work until we moved into this building in 1960. Now, this is a picture of some of the old operations that we had there. This is me operating a tabulating machine. This had a posting machine on the end of it. We had a ledger sheet, and quarterly all of the earnings were posted. Everything at that time went into a punch card because we had no computers, and all of the punch cards had to be stored in files that reached from the floor to the ceiling. And this was a picture of the Flexiline file. This is a listing of all of the names that we have on our Social Security records. And of course, this was a large metal frame with racks, let's see, what were they? Panels that turned like pages in a book, and had the same information on it that we have today on our microfilm.
Now, at the same time that you were doing this, there were a lot of people who were working on sewing machines or production lines. They were working in factories, and you were really working with paper and information. Did you ever get a feeling that you were better off than those people, or that you'd rather work in a situation like this than in a factory? Give me some sense of...
Well, I always felt personally that it was a very fine job. I enjoyed my work, which I still do. I've been with Social Security. I'm in my 34th year now, and I've always felt that I had a good job then and today.
At the time, what was the attitude of you and your co-workers towards all the paper that you had to deal with? Did you think it was an enormous amount?
Well, I didn't think too much about it at the time. That was my first job, and now I look back and it seems like it was a very small operation compared to what we have here today. Of course, we couldn't do the job today on this equipment without computers. I don't know what we would do. And we would lift all of these cards, put your hand on the bottom and on the top, and lift them into the tray.
So it was harder.
So yes, the work was more labor work than we have today. Well, we have more modern conveniences, more machines, and things to relieve the workload.
What about the boredom? Or what about not really getting a sense of the big picture? You're moving one little card from one place to another. Is that a problem?
Well, we had a feeling that we were servicing the public, and it was a good feeling to know that someone was going to receive a monthly benefit from the work that we were doing. I think in that day we had more of a sense of responsibility to the public than we have today.
So you think, honestly, that if we go and see a row 100 yards long of people doing their work, that they really can't tell me something about that? How hard it is to have a sense of accomplishment or connection with all those millions.
Today, it seems that people are working just for the money, putting their time in, and they don't think about who will be benefiting from their work.